You're listening to God Can I Hold a Dollar, the podcast brought to you from Reset Budgeting and Financial Coaching with Janine Victor McDade, owner and principal consultant. The podcast that bridges real world conversations, no shame, no shade, and the word of Christ all in one. Hey, Resetters. Happy week number 2 in September. I hope that you all have been well. It is a busy month. September and racing to the end of the year for me and my family is literally the start of just skating downhill. One is because this is a month of our youngest child's birthday as well as our middle kid's birthday. So one is turning 22, the other one is turning 8. This also is the month that a lot of activities happen at our youngest school. Then we have my birthday in October. We have my mother's birthday. We have my brother's birthday. Then here we go, right? We got November. We got Thanksgiving. So we got the holidays. Then we roll into December. And my sister's birthday's in December. We got Christmas in December. And we're wrapping up the year. And y'all know how it go. So I wanted to check in with you all on a couple of things. So first, once again, happy September to you. I really hope that you all have had an opportunity to tune in to the tidbits that are happening on my Instagram and my Facebook of just really giving you some sound nuggets, whether they are just true knowledge from the Word of God or they are knowledge from the Word of God and I can actually connect my experience to them, just pouring out to you to keep you encouraged, let you know that there's foundation in the things that I'm sharing with you. So we started it in August. And so we're just carrying it on into September. I follow a couple of influencers on Instagram just because, you can never have enough people telling you how to do well with your money. I don't think there's an oversaturation, option for that. You can never have too many influencers. And the fact that the influencers that I follow are African American, right? They're women, financially intentionally. I think I'm saying the name right. Financial intentionally. I got to look her name up, but she's right here from Oakland, which I love. But one of the influencers, which actually, you build just great relationships that really don't even exist because you've never shook this person's hand. You've never said hello, but you might have communicated. You might have dropped a comment that this person picked up. And so I am just really, really happy. So one of the influencers that I followed for a long time is Beyond Budgeting. You could fill in the B, y'all. But she truly has manifested her life. And I love her, right? She keeps it real. She be dropping them F-bombs and and them B words and what have you. But the thing I love about her is that she's authentic. She's real. She shares her real story, the good, the bad, the ugly, but it's all real. And how she's kind of had to figure it out and is sharing how she's figured it out so that you help the next person who doesn't have to go maybe through so much to figure it out, right? I basically, have read the books and done the stuff and made the mistakes and all of that. And then I try to share that with you all. I share that with my clients. I get it, when you've stepped into, think about walking a dog. When you've stepped into mess, you have an eye for it, right? You're kind of scanning on the ground. You're making sure it don't happen again. Compared to someone who may not have stepped in it before. They're just kind of walking blind. And who would we be to not be like, hey, you about to step in some mess here, right? I have a keen eye. I see it. You don't see it. But let me tell you so that you can dive out the way. You can walk around. You can do whatever. So I just am super happy for her. She has been talking about baby K, really saving money, putting money away, creating a sinking fund. All of these things of wanting to be married and have a really wonderful relationship and have a baby and not have to work her first year after having a baby. And so she surprised her followers, I believe last week. That's when I saw it. She was taking a picture, right, in her wedding dress. Simple thing. She just wanted to go to the courthouse, have a beautiful brunch reception and call it a day and not spend a ton of money on a wedding. not spend a ton of money on a ring. And she just surprised us with a picture and she has a baby bump. So, man, I'm telling you, just putting it out there of what you want, um, manifesting it, giving it over to God, is powerful. In today's sermon, one of our ministers, lovely minister Portia, gave us a sermon about ignoring the crowd and how basically the crowd, if you're going in a different direction than the crowd is going, the crowd can be loud of like, don't do that, don't go there, don't do this, don't do that, because it's not in the norm. But you got to ask for what you want from the Lord. She's talked about rocking the boat, shaking the boat. Oh, well, just whatever, Lord, you do for me. And she's like, that's all well and good. But if you have a ask, you have a need, you have a specific desire, you need to open your mouth and ask God for what you want specifically. And in the word, we've seen multiple examples of where we have people who have asked God specifically what they want. She mentioned blind Bartimaeus, and he was like, hey, Jesus, he was yelling. It was like, don't be calling out for Jesus like that. And he kept calling out. And Jesus came over to him and said, what can I do for you? Right? What do you want? And he specifically said, I want to see. And that encounter, he wasn't blind Bartimaeus anymore. He's just Bartimaeus. He instantly got his sight. And what she was actually really articulating is that he could have just been like, Lord, I just want you to bless me. And the Lord may have blessed him, but he may not have gotten his sight back. But he specifically had a need, he had a specific ask, and God answered it. And so I just equate that to just the wonderfulness that Selma, her name is Selma, and her, like I said, her Instagram, her brand is Beyond Budgeting. Just of her manifesting her life. I think one of the comments was like, man, you have for real, just manifested your life. You started saving for a baby that didn't even exist. She may or may not have had a boyfriend or a relationship at the time, but has pretty much, manifested a husband and a family. And I'm so excited for her because she's been saving for this baby because her goal, her want, was not to have to work for the first year of this baby's life. How amazing must it feel to know that I don't have a need because I have stocked up and I have saved for this desire in my life, and now it's coming into fruition. So I'm just excited for her. Like I said, we do not know each other. Hopefully one day we'll have a opportunity to have a conversation. I'm going to put that out there to the Lord. Lord, I would love to be able to have a conversation with Selma and just chat with her about her journey and, why she does what she does and what what her future looks like going forward, how she feels like her future will be, and how her brand and her channel and what have you will be with the inclusion of baby and husband. That's two different chapters, she's opening at the same time, but super excited for her as well. So about really speaking what you want. And so for me, just in transparency, I want to be debt free. Now, I'm going to be 100% honest. I love the Lord, all the faith in the world in the Lord. I believe the power of the tongue and speaking things that, God may bless them and hear them. I'm just like, we're holding a lot of debt right now. We're just holding a lot of debt. And I'm also including my mortgage too. Like when I say I want to be debt free, I'm thinking about homes. I'm thinking about everything. I want to be debt free, Lord. That's what I want. Because, honey, I have had um, just some realizations in the last couple of weeks in talking with girlfriends and taking care of aging parents, ailing parents. Just thinking about a lot of ways that money provides options. Right? It's not always the answer, but honey, it is an answer for some things. Now, the love of money is the root of all evil, but money as how we have, pretty much devised it as the currency. It's the thing, it's the paper that we have attached value to. I think about my good girlfriend and her mother and how she'd love to be able to have her home and be able to afford to take care of her, have complete in-home care around the clock so she can go to work, not have to be in a in-home care facility. Money would make that happen. Money would make that possible. Money would make it possible for me to pay off all of our debt. For me and my husband to not have to think about, we got to make sure this bill is met. We got to make sure this is put aside. We got to do this. We got to do that. It would be, I mean, just the freeing of that. Like if this house was paid for, man, I'm trying to get like the Hopkins. Trying to get like the Hopkins family. If this home was paid for, whoa, just the options that would be available. I want to double my salary in the next year to two. I would love to double my salary. Lord, I'm asking, double my salary. Because what that does is that lets me tithe more into the kingdom. It gives me opportunity to provide offerings into the kingdom. It opens up opportunities for our kids, for schooling, for access. Money, like I said, the root of, the love of money is the root of evil, not money itself. Money can do amazing and good in the kingdom. Money keeps the lights on for places that help people get over addiction. Money keeps things going for, care facilities for folks that are trying to get off of homelessness, out of homelessness. Money can do amazing things when it is used for good and it is used to propel God's charge. And if I just think about this little tiny corner of the world that me and my little family, occupy, it would be amazing to be able to not have those types of cares. It would be amazing for me to continue to build generational wealth for the kids. Thinking about our 8-year-old and some of the opportunities that'll be available. Most of our kids are grown, right? So they're living in this reality. But for our 8-year-old, I'm thinking 10 years down the line, what is housing prices going to be like? Like, what is tuition going to be like in 10 years? Like, for real. That's why I have a 529. That's why my son has a whole life insurance policy that is going to be able or is already, accruing cash value. He's got options. He's got, an account that if he decides to do something different. So, I have a 529. Let me be clear of what that is. So that is a savings account for college, for higher education. That money can only be used for higher education. But in this day and age, like my child has been saying he wants to be a YouTuber since he was probably like 4. And he's been pretty consistent in that. And YouTubers are making amazing money. That is a real viable career these days. He may choose not to go into a formal college, path. He may decide not to take that path. He may decide to do something different. And so I don't want to tie all of the money up into a 529. I want that to be available should he decide to do that. But he might need to just take some business classes, or he may need to take some courses for his entrepreneurial, desires and trajectory and all of the things, right? All the adjectives I can use. The 529 would be wonderful for that. But he also has a minor account. The UGMA is the Uniform Gift to Minors Act. Or if there are taxes, depending upon the type of account you open up, depending upon the bank and the institution that you open up with, it's really, if you do have taxes, they're really pretty low, much less than a standard investment account. And so with a UGMA, the money that you put into there does not necessarily have to be used for college. So Friends and family can send gifts. You know how people send money, give money to your kids or what have you. What they can do instead of giving that paper money, they can literally go ahead and just deposit it or send a gift directly into the UGMA. So I've done that with a girlfriend, my sorority sister's daughter, because she opened one for her fairly early, probably even shortly after her birth. Um, I opened mine for our son maybe 3 years ago, a little while ago as well. And it is excellent because not only could it be used for tuition, but let's say that there are some things that your kid wants to do early on. They may be in junior high, elementary, what have you. You can use this for sports equipment, for tutoring, for child related expenses, for art classes, for, things that they're actually actively doing even before college. And so that's why I love the UGMA account, because it's not necessarily what you put in it. You definitely want to be contributing to it. But when family and friends want to bless your children, and they want to slip a little money or what have you, you can either deposit it, but even better, just have them send it directly there. Birthday presents, Christmas presents, just because the tax advantages are amazing and the growth is actually pretty good. The growth is pretty good, and it's something that you can pretty much set aside, let it grow, and, you know, do what it do. Other than that, for the 529 plan, I think education is one. I think actually even retirement could possibly be a part of a 529, but you're very limited in that respect. So not that a 529 is not a great thing to invest in, but I personally, once again, you do what is best for you in your situation. Absolutely, please enlist the assistance and the guidance of a financial advisor. But for me, I wanted to hedge my bet because I'm learning my child, right? I'm taking cues for how he is showing up in how he's thinking and what he might want to do. He may very well want to go all the way to college. No worries. We can use the UGMA for his education if we set it and forget it. But, if he decides to do something different, this 529 is going to go to some classes. It's going to do something. But I'm not going to, sink all of my money into a 529 account. Yes. So oh, look at that. I'm looking on this website when I was looking up the letters, and it says, can I have both? And it says yes. Having both a 529 and a UGMA investment account is a great way to set your child up for financial success at any stage of their life. Yes. So I will definitely give you that tidbit, that if you are really thinking about making sure that your kids, your children, are at the advantage, right? Or they have an advantage when it comes time for college, or it just comes time for educational expenses, this is the way to go, and use this account as a sinking fund as well. Other than that, y'all, I just wanted to touch base with you. Just wanted to come to you. Like I said, thank you so much for the support. Please engage. Sometimes some of the posts that are going up or whatever, I am seeing the hearts and I'm seeing the likes. But what really begins to put reset into the algorithm is a comment here or there. So thank you to those of you all who have left a little comment or what have you, saying, hey, love the content or what have you. I'd love for more of y'all to be able to do that. This is how you play the game with social media, y'all. This is just how it's done. I'm trying to play the game. So tune in. And that is it. Ask for what you need. Ask for what you need. It was a great reminder, a great prick for me as well, to ask for what I want and ask for what I need. I need this debt paid off, Lord. I want to be debt free. I want to be able to tithe. I want to be able to pour into those who are trying to figure it out. Because I'm running to people every day and folks are like, oh, you can help me. Like, investing is one thing, but you can help me with the rest of my money. Because that's the part that's hard. The 10% tithe, for example, that's not the hard part. It's working with the 90. What the heck? And how the heck do I responsibly, efficiently work with this 90% that I have left to work with? Okay. So that's what I'm here for, y'all. Also, website update. I had to just take a break. I just had to take a little break. The website was stressing a sister out because there's so much behind the scenes. And I'm doing this independently. I'm connecting the threads and all of that independently. And I just had to be like, you know what? I'm not gonna stress myself, my mental health behind this website. And so this website will come out this month. Whether there might be a picture or something that ain't in place or whatever, I'm not going to strive for perfection. I'm just going to strive for completion. Anyway, remember that's my word this year. Anyway, anyhow. So we're just going to strive for completion. We're going to get out this website so that you have somewhere to go. You have somewhere to, get the courses, get the information, get the connection, see what's available. I'm very excited to offer you what's on the site. Yeah. So it's going to come out this month. We gonna make that happen. Hook or crook, whatever. It's gonna come out. There's so much work, so much time that's been put into it. And it's a shame not having y'all take a look at it and really, navigate through it. So anyway, I'm gonna keep this as short as I can, as I possibly can. I love you all. Thank you so much. Once again, whisper in somebody's ear. Let them know about reset budgeting and financial coaching. Let them know that there's a Black woman over here in Oakland, California, who's bumped her head, who's bruised her knuckles, who's, gone through repossession, who's climbed out by reading, writing, learning, doing everything that she could to bring herself up to a freaking great credit score to be able to buy her own home, own a second home, and is out here trying to give the gems, out here giving encouragement and making sure I don't forget the number one person who's had my back through it all, and that is my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. So he loves you. I love you. I will talk to you soon. Make it a blessed and wonderful second week of September. Bye, y'all.